This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
Kill him. That is an awesome buck, bud.
It's a pretty good buck there.
It's wide.
Matt!
We are after the Turndown 8. It's December.
That's the Turndown. That's your deer.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, keep an eye out for buck number 7 on our Natural Born Top 10 hit list as we follow AniLogics' Marc Freese on a nail-biting hunt in the Lone Star State. The natural beauty of the Texas landscape combined with an amazing monster buck makes this hunt one for the ages.
Wow. Like I can't even believe what just happened.
Finally, we'll hop in with the husband and wife duo, Wade and Kyle Robinson, as they try to close out their hunting seasons and find tradition. You don't want to miss 1 second of this episode.
You know, technology is an amazing thing, and we set out to develop an app that helps predict deer movement and also guides people through the 13 phases of the whitetail season. We learned through time how to adjust an algorithm and adjust an app around geography within the country, because not every deer reacts the same, not every rut is the same. By and large, peak estrus in most of the country is in mid-November, 13th or 14th. Well, when we go to Texas each year, we learn that the rut activity is not the same there that it is in the Midwest. Down there, the rut has just ended. It's a totally different phase. It's more like desperately seeking is here in the Midwest. So it's 10, 12 days different down there in Texas than it is here. Once we were able to tell the app that, hey, if you could preset peak estrus to a certain date, the phases then slide over that. So now, instead of trying to figure it out in my head, I put that into the app, and then the app slides the scale, and then it tells us what the deer should be doing. It's pretty incredible. We learned that by going back in time. So now we're going to show you a throwback to 2015. Wade and I are hunting with Marc Freese. It's early December, where we were doing a little reconnaissance. We're doing a little research and development for an app that was yet to be developed, even though we didn't know we were doing that R&D.
It's crisp this morning, but boy, you just can't beat it down here.
High of mid-60s today, 28 this morning, and just what a gorgeous morning we've been blessed with this morning. We've seen some good deer. We've seen some smaller deer, and they're still ruddy down here, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, you know, you see a doe, and you know there's a buck near.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Texas in early December is amazing. These bucks have one thing on their mind. They're looking for does. Some of them are still locked on does. Some of them are between does, looking for the next one. Down there with Mr. Freese, got the Winchester Model 70 in hand, got the Winchester Deer Season XP, and we are ready for action.
Yeah, let him walk. Kill him.
He's down.
I think you got him, man.
He's going down. He's going down.
Boom. That is an awesome buck, bud. Congratulations.
Wow.
Like I can't even believe what just happened.
Boy, I didn't expect it. You know, we're watching left, and you know, all of a sudden he's right below us, and it's not like he was very far.
Well, I thought I saw some does back here.
Yeah.
So I was looking back there, and then all of a sudden you were like, Mark, right here in front of us.
Yeah, beat it.
Congratulations, buddy. Let's go take a look at this big guy. Marcus.
Nice.
Check it out, bro.
So love it.
Holy cow. What a gorgeous deer.
Congratulations, Mr. Freese.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been another amazing hunt down here.
It is. We're down here at the Stassy's Cook, and Mark and I have been on this lease the last couple years, and it's been very, very good to us.
You know, it has.
We get in the Midwest and we get so set into our Midwestern ways, feeding supplement 365 in the off season, winter, and then into the spring. And then we get down here and we're like, you know what? you really need a product because the Supplement 365 is a little more powdery. It doesn't throw overly well. And you said, why don't we do a Spin 365? And I was like, yeah, exactly, you know, and it really did open our minds to, you know, get outside the Midwest and make sure we're accommodating the entire country. We've seen some good deer. It's been a wonderful trip. And then all of a sudden, the deer we've been looking for shows up. Gorgeous 11-point buck, and you hit him perfectly, man. So the Winchester found its mark, and he is down for the count, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Mark's one of those guys that just loves to whitetail hunt, much like Wade and I do. When he gets a chance to get out of the office from AniLogics and head down to the lease with us, he's always more than willing to go along for that trip. We have a lot of fun together, and it's just fun to be out there with someone that is passionate about the sport, passionate about hunting, but also passionate about the health of your herd. That's why they created AniLogics. Those guys up there forgot more about deer health than I'll ever know. Well, we got one buck on the ground. Wade's still got a tag in his pocket. We are anxious to get into one of our favorite pastures and get after this giant 8-point that we've been looking for all season.
Well, Mr. Freese got it done on a beautiful 11-point. Now it's warmed back up. You know, that morning it was like 28, 30 degrees, heavy frost, and today it was 75, so big difference. But we're down here in Texas. These deer are used to it, and we got a few tricks up our sleeve. Mark went home, Wade and I stayed.
We're going into the bull pasture, one of our favorite spots. It's brushy, it's tight, it's close to the bed, and we see a lot of big bucks on their feet, especially of a morning in this particular spot.
It's a pretty good buck there. It's wide. Matt!
I think I got him. Did you get him, bud? Yeah. He mule kicked real hard. Oh, that is an old Texas buck right there. That's awesome. Yeah, it looked like it smacked him pretty good. Well, Winchester does it again. Freese got it done on a big old 11-pointer, and then that old bruiser right there. That's good stuff.
That was fun, man.
That was fun. Wow, look at that buck.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, beautiful, baby. Congratulations, Wade, nice buck.
Thank you. It was just an incredible morning here on the Stastny's Cook. This guy put on a show. We spotted him in the brush, and all of a sudden, boom, there he was. And as soon as we saw him, we said, shooter. So we put that Winchester on him and let it rip. Freese was down here with us a couple days ago. He had to go back for some meetings, but he killed an awesome 11-pointer. And what a way to close out the trip here with this beautiful wide Texas buck. Awesome stuff.
That is super, man. He is, what a frame on this guy, man. He just lays out, he's awesome, dude. So Mark got it done on the 11, and then Wade come in and closed her out.
Last day, last morning.
Natural born.
I love it.
It's so fun looking back at some of the fun times we've had down there in Texas, and it just shows the evolution of how we learn. Sometimes you hunt one particular area and you get a little tunnel vision about that area. And I think by going to Texas and experiencing what we have experienced down there through the years, we really have learned a lot about how two different herds can differ drastically. Sometimes that tunnel vision needs to be opened up, especially when you're doing a product like DeerCast. And that's exactly what those early years of hunting down there on the lease did for us. It helped us understand that the rut is not created equal in every location in the country. Depending on geography and depending on where you're sitting and watching this right now, you can preset that peak estrus and slide those 13 different phases right to your location.
This segment is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, makers of the sharpest, strongest replaceable blade knives.
Long live the fearless. And long live the trucks that push you further. Ram, proven to last.
Want to harvest a big monster buck? Mineral blocks give deer crucial bone-building minerals with extreme palatability. And now comes with a $5 rebate. Download the rebate at www.AniLogics.com.
Feeling lucky? You could win Marc Drury's bow in the AniLogics Golden Ticket Sweepstakes. Look for a ticket in any 10 or 20 pound bag of Ani Supplement Gold. There are 21 prizes. Find the details and enter to win at AniLogics.com/golden ticket.
There's something unique about hunting the mountains. It draws you in and consumes you with every step you take toward the top. It toys with your mind, tests your endurance, pushes you to the very end of your limits. When we designed Mossy Oak Mountain Country, we didn't follow the digital fashion trend. We took the very elements from the mountain to create the best Western camouflage ever made. When you're up there, you're in their world. You better look like it.
As people who love the outdoors, we know what we stand for. We stand for fish, wildlife, and conserving the places they call home. We stand for the traditions we inherited and that we must pass on. We stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand together for you.
Winchester and Drury's Natural Barn is brought to you by Scent Crusher, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, PSE Archery, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Hunting Apparel, Mossy Oak Brand Camo, AniLogics Outdoors, Ram Trucks, and Winchester Ammunition. Get ahead of your game with the all-new DeerCast app, available on iOS and Android.
2015 proved to be a very good year for AniLogics' Marc Freese and DoD cameraman Wade Robinson, as they both harvested an impressive buck in the Lone Star State.
Holy cow!
The trip also proved to be inspirational for our very own Marc Drury, as the information gathered would ultimately lead to a key feature in our all-new DeerCast app. Now, we're going to jump ahead to 2017 and join up with Wade's better half as his wife Kyle attempts to harvest a mature Iowa buck she's been after all season long.
I think all of us as hunters and good stewards of the land owe it to future generations to make sure that we introduce as many people into hunting as we possibly can. One of the most pleasurable things I've seen within the Drury family was the introduction of Wade's fiance Kyle into our lifestyle. We introduced her, she had some success early on, and she absolutely fell in love with it.
So proud of you.
Thanks.
She's clearly in love with Wade. They tied the knot this past June. This year was going to be the first year going afield as Mrs. Robinson, and we couldn't wait to see how she was going to do this fall. So she was going out, Wade and I were often hunting somewhere, she'd go out with Scott Rupert, and through the season she started gaining a little bit of a history with a buck we called the Turndown 8. Here's a buck that is an absolute giant body deer.
He is just a cow of a deer. He's got that huge neck on him.
She's got her PSE in hand. Now, Kyle's a proficient shot out to about 30, 35 yards. But there comes a limit when you're shooting in the mid to high 40s in terms of overall poundage. We really don't want to go beyond about 30 yards. We want to make sure there's enough kinetic energy to get that arrow into that animal and through that animal. So we have an invisible barrier of 30, 35 yards. Well, the Turndown 8 comes in and he stays just outside that invisible barrier.
Incredible. He stayed out at 46 yards the entire time.
Now she is really excited about this deer. When you get one in your crawl or in your grill, especially at that distance, and you can't make that shot, you're just praying for a gun season to open.
Well, Scott and I are headed back in. This is the Leon 160. We've hunted this multiple times, had great encounters with a few mature bucks here. We are after the Turndown 8. It's December. Feels good out tonight, so we're hoping to get the job done. This will be my first muzzleloader buck here in Iowa, so wish us luck.
It is late muzzleloader season. Now, we've got that invisible barrier broken with a Vortex striker fire. All of a sudden, what was 30 or 35 yards for effective range is now 150. Turndown 8, she's coming in after you, buddy.
I think you're ready.
I think I am too.
You go out late season, DeerCast is saying great. Who comes out? Who's the first deer on the field but the Turndown 8?
That's him. That's the Turndown. That's your deer.
How about it?
Finally. How many hours?
How many hours have we sat in this blind together?
Way to go, girl.
Holy smokes, man. What an awesome feeling. Man, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped.
Yes, yes.
Vortex, strike a fire. Put the smack down on the Turndown 8. Dear Simba. Let's go get him, Scotty.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that coming right straight ahead. Straight ahead, stand still. How cool is that, Kyle?
That's not him, is it? You're kidding me.
Way to go, Kai. Way to go.
December 22nd, a date I won't soon forget. Wow, it feels so good to get my hands behind my very first Iowa buck. Scott and I have encountered this buck, the Turndown 8, 2 other times earlier this season, bow season. Never did come within range for me, unfortunately. So it feels good to get my hands behind my very first Iowa buck, first muzzleloader kill, first time Scott's ever filmed me kill a deer. So we've spent a lot of time in the blind together this season, so it feels good. Finally get my hands behind my very first Iowa deer, and a monster at that. Look at the body on this guy. He's gorgeous. Thank you so much, Mark, for giving me this opportunity, man. I just can't thank you enough for all you and Tracy do for us, and man, whew, I'm very grateful. Look at this deer. He's old too. He's got to be 6.5, you think, Scotty?
Easily.
Man, old Iowa brute.
Congratulations, way to stick it out, way to grind it out and get it done on a target buck. I can't wait to see what this next season holds for you, Mrs. Robinson.
Now you know what you got to do. 200-yard drag job out. I'll hold the camera.
Let's call Mark and Wade.
Wow, those were some incredible hunts made even better by some incredible hunters. Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we've got father-daughter duo Tom and Ellie Ware showing all of us how it's done in Illinois. Plus, we've got buck number 4 on our Natural Born top 10 hit list.
There's a big buck right there. That's Tusk. Okay, here it goes. I just hope I got him. I hope I got him.
So I'll see you next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
This is the moment, the one I've waited for all year. Since I first saw him, I've known that no amount of work, scouting, practice, or weather could keep me away. I've trained, I've prepared, and I've got the gear to keep me out there. Now, I am ready. A year's worth of anticipation culminates right here, right now. I am Nomad, and this moment is mine. Nomad, authentic hunting apparel.
Since 2002, Reconyx has built the most reliable trail cameras available. The tradition continues with our best camera yet, the all-new HyperFire 2. With a quarter-second trigger speed, 150-foot no-glow night vision, and a battery life up to 2 years, all at the lowest price point we've ever offered and backed by an industry-leading 5-year warranty. You get what you pay for. So invest in an American-made trail camera that will perform year after year, guaranteed. Reconyx. See what you've been missing.
Scent Crusher eliminates a wide range of odors, from your simplest to even your more nasty odors. We've all heard people say it ain't rocket science, but with Scent Crusher, it kinda is. Scent Crusher even eliminates odor without washing, so no necesita agua, mi amigo.
Scent Crusher products use ozone technology developed from NASA-based research.
In fact, Scent Crusher eliminates scents so well, they'll never smell you coming. Steve here can testify to that.
Scent Crusher. Scent off, game on.
Innovation is in our DNA, bred from a long history of fierce competition and the survival of the fittest. Inheriting the results of nearly 50 years of PSE archery research and development, the Evolve Cam system delivers the smoothest draw cycle ever created without any compromise on speed. PSE Archery's Evolve Cam system. Evolve or get left behind.